What's up, guys? Welcome back to Weekly Weird News.
The more we do this show, the more we realize that the United States isn't the only country where politics is just an absurd cosmic joke that's impossible to take seriously. Because over in the Ukraine this past Sunday, the city of Odessa held elections for local officials, and unlike most elections, this one was far from boring. Darth Vader was banned from voting, Chewbacca was detained by the police, and Emperor Palpatine won a seat on the city council.
All right, now let's just back up for a second here. Ukraine has a political party known as the Internet Party, whose candidates are all named after Star Wars characters. Like, they all legally changed their names. This is true. The party's leader is named Darth Alexievich Vader, and he's a veteran of Ukraine politics, having run for office many times before.
There's also Magister Vladimirovich Yoda, Amidala Nikolaevna Padma, Stepan Mikhailovich Chewbacca, and Emperor Viktorovich Palpatine. They've run in several of the last Ukrainian elections and also have a bunch of pretty slickly produced campaign videos.
Where do they get all the money for this? From a local Odessa entrepreneur and programmer with lots of money, who may or may not have hacked into the US banking system 10 years ago and stolen $11 million. Nothing was ever proven.
We don't know. We don't know. He's just a 30-year-old man with millions of dollars in the Ukraine.
Yeah, inexplicably.
Who loves Star Wars.
Yeah.
Anyway, on Sunday, Vader showed up to the polls along with Chewbacca and several stormtroopers so that they could cast their votes like the good citizens that they are. But problems arose when election officials were unable to find Lord Vader's name in their voter registry, and then they refused to allow him to vote if he didn't remove his helmet.
Vader accused the officials of, quote, massive falsifications, but that wasn't the end of it. Election officials threatened to have Vader's stormtroopers forcibly removed from the polling place for being a distraction, to which Vader told a local television station,
"If you want to take a selfie with them, go ahead. I allow that. But expelling my bodyguards is not allowed."
And then he did this and nothing happened.
Matters were complicated even further when Chewbacca was forcibly arrested by a group of police for apparently violating a law that forbids campaigning on election day. This video footage may disturb you. Wookiees' lives matter.
Yeah. Despite all of these setbacks, though, the day ended on a positive note for the Internet Party when Emperor Palpatine successfully won 54.4% of the vote to earn himself a seat on the Odessa City Council.
Yeah.
Let's hear it for him. Oh wait, no, that's a bad thing, right? If Emperor Palpatine is elected? You would assume. I'm sure he's a nice guy.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
One fellow non-Star Wars related candidate, just a normal dude, expressed his bewilderment at the whole thing in a Facebook post, writing, "A cartoon comrade of Darth Vader, Palpatine, received 54.4% of votes in an Odessa neighborhood. Palpatine Dmitri, born in 1990, who works as an emperor at LLC Palpatine Finance Group, has made it to the city council. I can't understand, but I must respect the choices of those who voted for the current government. But this is beyond my understanding. People, what's wrong with you?"
So, I mean, this is all good for Palpatine, but what about Vader? Well, he may have lost the election, but he's been granted something much more permanent. A statue of himself in the middle of Odessa. Now, you see, last year, Ukraine made a new rule to get rid of all statues and monuments from their communist past. And that means tearing down a lot of statues of Vladimir Lenin.
So when it came time for the city of Odessa to get rid of their Lenin statue, a local artist proposed that they should just change it to a Darth Vader statue instead of destroying it outright.
Yeah.
So that's what they did. And you can bet that Odessa's own Darth Vader and Chewie and a bunch of their stormtroopers were there to celebrate the unveiling.
Take as many selfies as you want, Vader said. And I think that's canon now.
Yeah.
But Ukraine isn't the only foreign country whose politics are bonkers. Down in Guatemala, they just elected their next president, Jimmy Morales, a television comedian with no political experience and no real platform aside from being vaguely conservative.
Morales not only won the election, he did so by defeating the more left-leaning former First Lady of Guatemala. So, TV comedian with no political experience defeats former First Lady.
Yeah, okay.
If that sounds eerily similar to what's happening in our own election here in the US, you are not alone.
Oof.
But then again, I mean, Guatemala is also good. Apparently, the entire government there is just totally corrupt, and he was just like, hey, you know what?
I'm gonna do it.
I'm gonna do it. And everyone's just like, sure.
Yeah,
it's
you're
fucking
famous.
terrible here.
Moving on, there's also Ecuador, whose president, Rafael Correa, literally challenged a political opponent to a fist fight this week. And the guy accepted. So I guess we'll have to keep you posted on that one. We're going to be watching it. But for now, let's go over to some of the most ridiculous headlines that real news outlets published this week that aren't political, and probably some are. But yeah.
Starting with, back in the Ukraine, Ukrainian soccer executive considers segregating black and white fans to, quote, avoid racism.
Yep.
That'll work.
Yeah, but just keep
them apart, and then no one can be racist.
The thing is if you dress everyone up as stormtroopers, no one's gonna know. They can all have a blast.
That's true.
Pew!
That's
Blast.
true. You don't know until they take their helmet off in the desert. And like,
wait, that's John Boyega. Oh, I'm a really racist Star Wars fan, and I'm upset about this, is what people on the internet said, apparently. Florida man starts Black Friday camping 33 days early. Which is ironic because I learned today that REI, the outdoors, like the retail store REI, they're not having a Black Friday sale. So this
they don't
guy,
want people camping outside the store.
Yeah,
keep the tents inside.
No, they want people to go out and enjoy the day. It's a great marketing scheme because I saw it everywhere today.
I love REI.
Yeah.
But it's very expensive there. They probably just didn't want to have a sale.
Yeah. Bravo. Bravo. All right. This is a great one. You read this one, Elliot.
Dog named Trigger steps on gun, shoots owner.
It completely it couldn't have happened any other way. Yeah, exactly. And thank you, literally the hundreds of people who sent us that link this weekend because look, it made it in.
Yeah.
And it was just you can't write this stuff.
And it's not the dog's fault. Don't blame Trigger.
Yeah.
The owner had a fucking shotgun, set it on the ground on a hunting grounds without the safety on.
Yeah.
Come on.
It does go against the NRA logic of guns don't kill people, dogs do. That's what they say, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that's the shirt.
Duo steals jewelry from art gallery, leaves name, number, and guest book. So
it happened in Florida.
It's in Florida, yeah.
Florida, yeah.
Oh man, I really want to get this mailing list. I get 10% off. When I cash in all this stuff, I'll have a lot of money. I can come back and buy more.
They didn't just put their they made up a whole bunch of fake names. One of which like an email address of like I-didn't-do-it.com.
But then they put their real name
and the real phone number.
They're like, oh, if we put all these fake ones, then they'll never know that the real one was us. They'll be like, well, it's obviously not that person. They wouldn't be that dumb.
I'm gonna guess drugs.
Yeah, probably drugs.
Speaking of drugs, cheese really is crack. Study reveals cheese is as addictive as drugs.
And based on our earlier video this week, it'll probably give you cancer too. Just like drugs.
I mean,
probably.
I'd fucking
you can take
processed
this
meat
cheese
and
from my cold dead hands.
My cold, cheesy hands.
A conference about having sex with robots was canceled for fear people would have sex with robots.
Come on, man, open up your mind.
Yeah, you just put a new, you get some saran wrap every time for the robot. It's clean, it's healthy, everyone's having fun.
See, the conference was actually like to talk about the possibility. It's going to happen eventually.
Yeah. Oh, they didn't have any live demos?
No.
Oh, why not?
But they were just like talking about how society would change and everything, and then they were trying to do it in Malaysia, and Malaysia didn't like the sound of this and thought that there might be actual robot sex going down, so they were like, get
Not
your
our town.
robot sex out of our country.
Yeah, take it back to Japan.
Yeah. A resilient cracker that survived the Titanic sells for $23,000. I'm not talking about white man. I'm talking about an actual like tea biscuit or whatever.
How'd the cracker make it? How did it make it?
That cracker swam all the way from Greenland.
How did it not disintegrate?
It was in like a tin. But no, it didn't sink with the Titanic. It was just someone
James Cameron found it?
He
was down there with his robot arms?
That would be cool. But no, it was just one of the survivors had it like in his jacket.
There's no way they could prove that it was.
It's just a really old cracker. $23,000.
Some idiot lost. It's probably that guy from the Ukraine with all his money that he doesn't know what to do with.
Yeah,
I'll buy a cracker from the Titanic. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Hey, kids, you want to see something cool?
You want to see some real cool? Cracker was on the Titanic. This is so stupid.
His fucking grandson's gonna like eat it or something.
Yeah, he's gonna. You have to get sick from that.
Oh, well.
Just go down there in a submarine like James Cameron, break off a banister, and then bring that home. That's cool, right?
You're not allowed to steal from it.
Finders keepers. It's
pretty sure that's the law of the sea. It's finders keepers.
Man carrying spear chases man carrying sword through South Wichita.
Just another day in Kansas.
Well, it's spear's made to be thrown. Why didn't he throw it?
Probably never got enough good distance on him.
Well, even so, it's easier to hit him.
I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
Dad learns unborn twin brother fathered his son.
Okay, so let me try to work this out.
Yeah, okay.
The unborn twin brother is attached to him inside of the dad's bod. And then the dad has sex with the mom, and the DNA from the unborn fetus somehow got into his balls, and then that DNA got inside the sperm and then went inside the mom, and the mom got pregnant.
That's to the best of my understanding, that's what happened. Apparently it's like pretty common. It's just not common that it would fertilize an egg, but like people that had a twin in the womb still have some of that twin's DNA. So they have like 2 sets of DNA floating around their body. It's fucking weird. But the father thought that his wife had
cheated on him. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
it was like Maury or something? It was my unborn twin brother.
Yeah, well, he did the test, and he was like, "You're not the father." And he's like, "Whoa, what's going on here?" And then they brought in a doctor. He's like, "No, you're actually the uncle." He's like, "Whoa, what are you talking about?"
Whoa, wait a second, I don't have a brother. Actually, you do. Oh, I'm finding out way too much stuff today.
Yeah.
Tell it to me straight, doc. So the doctor should have just been like, read the report and been like, "Yeah, you're the dad. Fine."
I don't want to. Why explain this?
This is ridiculous. Oh, God. 5 people arrested after 2 teenagers dressed up as Spider-Man and Santa Claus robbed a service station with a hammer and a sword. A lot of sword stuff going on.
Yeah. Australia. No guns, but they got hammers and swords and Spider-Man and Santa costumes.
I bet a lot less people died. And also, it's a perfect time to rob something.
No one was hurt. They actually all had a good laugh.
If it's Halloween and you're dressed up as Spider-Man, no one is going to bat an eye.
Take the cash register.
It's fine.
It's yours.
Just get out of here. Trick or treat, give me the cash.
Don't hit anything with the hammer and we'll all be fine.
Yeah. Great Spider-Man costume. That's what he used, the hammer, right, in the comics?
Yeah.
Damn you, Mary Jane! And then he beats her with the hammer.
Only Spider-Man can lift the hammer. No one else can lift the hammer. And then his mortal enemy, Santa Claus, uses a fucking spear.
Yeah. No, it's a sword.
A sword.
That's how Santa Claus kills bad children.
By Santa Claus's sword, justice.
Oh, God, I never want this episode to end, but it has to. So watch our other stuff. There's Tech Tuesday, and then we talk about how, we talked about earlier, the bacon that's not going to kill you. We have that as well. And a new podcast. Woo! Bye.